Who is lobbying to play Carnage in the Spider-Man universe? Which rumors have been confirmed and which denied? And what is going on with that glorious IMAX Inhumans experience? Tune in now on Marvel Movie News.
Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies. And now, here's Popcorn Talk's Marvel Movie News.
Excelsior to you, our Merry Marvellites.
Hello.
We have a very Thanksgiving thankful episode of Marvel Movie News for you, our Marvelites. We're going to try to get through news. We're going to do... That's how we feel. That's our feelings externalizing. So we're going to try to get through some news, some rumors, some conjecture, some craziness, and
Some
then
Black Panther.
Some Black Panther.
Some Angela Basset.
We'll get there. Spoiler alert. Angela Bassett. Stop breaking the news ahead of time. It's very exciting because they don't have the internet. How are they watching us?
Okay.
So we're going to get to that.
Okay.
And we also have a bunch of glorious Twitter stuff.
Yes.
And we're going to try to take a couple phone calls at the end because we want to hear from you guys. Because it's Thanksgiving and family, and you guys are our family here. So we want to share this magical experience with you. And the studios are all on vacations. They have very little to talk about. So hopefully that can mean we have more time for you guys. Now, we are coming to you today live from the moon. I feel like the moon because we've heard that they are doing a bunch of the Inhumans on the moon.
Of the moon.
So we're on the blue side of the moon today. We're ducking out. We're dark siding it. Now, if you subscribe to us on iTunes at youtube.com/Popcorn Talk, you can also find us on Popcorn Talk's website, popcorntalknetwork.com. Follow us on Twitter. Find us on Facebook. And most importantly, if you tweet us during the live show, good Sir Doom in the booth will retweet you.
Doom demands your tweets and your phone calls. We'll give out the number later on in the show. So stick around.
Exciting.
Sounds good. I'm excited for that.
See, I love
Talk to some fans.
The opening of the show when we do like the pre-spiel is my favorite part. Matt hates it. And then
really?
Matt loves the part where he just reads up thing and I hate it. So it's like together, great. Separately, I'm like words, slash. So that's over.
Yeah,
and now we're gonna
and
talk
in the
some-
middle I have interjections.
Hey, Twitter things. So we've got a bunch of little things today. Basically, rumors that have been stewing have been denied. Some have been confirmed. I think the one that has been rumored the longest and the one that we've not known for sure and that I've lobbied for is it's official that Zendaya is not Mary Jane.
Right.
And that's cool.
You know,
that's fine.
That's fine. She's awesome. She's awesome for especially the tone that they're setting for this with like a John Hughes-esque, reboot-ish thing, Spider-Man thing. So it's this is a great casting. I would have loved for her to be Mary Jane.
Same.
I'm okay with her being Michelle.
I'm okay with however they use her in the movie, and I'm also okay with the idea that Mary Jane isn't introduced in the very beginning. Because I really like the long play of the comics where... so Mary Jane is introduced in issue 25 of Amazing Spider-Man in one panel and her face is hidden. That's little over 2 years into the character, and then she's not actually fully revealed till issue 42. So, like... That's another almost year and a half of her just being a mysterious figure that you just have the face of or have a reference by Anna Watson. So if they put her in the first movie, I would much rather it be mysteriously or mentioned or like something leading up to, because it feels more like the books. So I'm okay that she's not Mary Jane. I wanted it just because I think she'd be a good Mary Jane and I'd love to see her grow through the films. But this to me hopefully means that Mary Jane herself is not in the first film, and I like that.
Yeah, and it's okay if it kind of seems like they may not have that much of a romantic interest kind of a thing. I know that her character isn't the romantic interest, but I think actually, somebody else is supposed to be.
I think they're using another early character.
Exactly.
Now, she said, quote, "I'm not Mary Jane, unfortunately, but I am the movie," which is exciting. Quote, "My character is not romantic. My character is like very dry, awkward, intellectual, and because she's so smart, she just feels like she doesn't need to talk to people. Like, my brain is so far ahead of you that you're just not really on my level. So she comes off very weird. But to me, she's very cool because she's deep. She's always thinking about something, always reading, and I like that. So... an intellectual character, she could be any number of like students that are friends with Peter. It would make sense they'd be friends because he's the bookish guy.
It's still going to be a super enjoyable movie, and sometimes we have to get over our romantic selves.
Yeah. Sometimes we get excited about an idea and then we just latch onto it and like this will be the thing, and then it's not.
But Doom wants romance.
Oh.
Liz Allen is the rumor. Like it sounds like we'll have Liz Allen.
Actually, for Zendaya.
No. Liz Allen being
just
the
that
romance.
she's gonna be in the. Okay, got it.
Yeah. Because in the comics he had like Betty Brant, he had Liz Allen, he had a lot of crushes. Liz Allen was the first because she was that gorgeous girl that Flash was dating. So there's a lot more to play with than just the tropes. And we just had Sam Raimi's not that long ago. We just had Gwen Stacy literally a couple years ago.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's the right time to introduce a new array of characters and have them last a decade, because that's what I want. I want 9 movies like Harry Potter. Speaking of Spider-Man, a very large Broadway star is lobbying to play my favorite character of all time. Lin-Manuel Miranda he said, quote, I'm very excited about this. Miranda's a big fan of Marvel, and there's one particular character that he would actually like to play. It's Carnage. He said if Disney and Marvel were looking at doing a Maximum Carnage movie or bringing Carnage in the MCU as a character, he wants to be Carnage. Genuinely, as a fan, he would love to play Carnage. That's a goal of his. This isn't barely news, but the fact that like a guy hasn't been approached is just so excited about playing Carnage that he's talking about it like to his homies.
No, I like this because I don't know, with like technology and social media now, someone could just put out there, be like, hey, you know what? I would be a great Lando. I should be Lando.
Like,
and then everybody's like, yeah, you should be Lando. And now Donald Glover is Lando.
Cuts to Donald Glover in high school wearing a Star Wars shirt. Like that. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't.
One of his yearbook photos is him in an old 70s Star Wars shirt. So it's like junior year of high school, and then you manifest it in real life. Donald
Glover,
you go. We're so excited for you. I love this because it means that like not only is he a fan, he's a big enough fan that his co-stars know, and that other people are like, yo, he really wants this.
Hey.
And he even references an individual run. He references Maximum Carnage. He's so much of a fan that he's like, this specific arc, if Marvel wants to call me, I got you.
It's like, I'm all for it.
That's amazing.
And if you don't know who that is, that's the genius behind Hamilton, but I'm sure you already know.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
Oh my God,
he is Broadway right now. Like,
yes,
you know what I mean?
he
like,
is Broadway.
It's a giant thing, and the fact that he wants to play a character that I just still don't know if we'll ever see, but the fact that he knows him so well that he references the story arc, killing it, guy.
Disney basically is owning Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Oh yeah.
So it makes sense. Like because they locked him up for Moana, they locked him up for Mary Poppins, and like he's doing the music for another thing. Like they
wouldn't you like if you like anyone in Marvel just watching that play like change Broadway, like we should get that guy for something. Everything, yes. So I mean,
him with Marvel is not outside the realm of possibility.
No. I mean, I still want it, Marvel, if you're watching. But it's okay if you want to go another way. It's cool. So another little tiny tidbit of news. A bunch of you tweeted me this, and man, I was excited. Spiderman Homecoming is officially attached to Rogue One. We're finally getting a trailer. This to me was going to be the big news story of the day, but that's not fair because it's literally just me being excited about Rogue One. I'm now more excited for Rogue One than I was about Episode 7 just because there's a Spider-Man Homecoming trailer.
Oh, really?
Like, the Spider-Man Homecoming trailer is bigger to me than all of Star Wars coming back because of how much,
man.
like, 2.5 minutes of that.
Do not be late for that movie.
Oh, there's no way. I'm gonna watch that trailer I'm gonna go to a movie, and anytime I'm in the movie, I'm gonna just walk into Rogue One,
be like,
watch it, and leave, and then go to my regular movie.
Yeah, and then you walk outside like, oh, this isn't my movie.
Oh, what a weird thing! I was in there for 2.5 minutes. Man, I'm lost. I'm so excited. We don't know that much about it. We know the villains. We finally got Keaton confirmation. We've heard the tone, but we haven't really seen it. If you weren't at Comic-Con, you've not seen much. And I loved how Tom Holland handled everything, every bit of him in Civil War. And we only had like 10 minutes of him. So that means the trailer is like a quarter of what we had for Civil War. Is my rationale. Then I'm like, oh, we get another quarter of that? Yes.
Be like, there you go.
Really
then it's all gravy. It's all gravy.
So that's happening. It's not that big of a story, but it's a big story to me. And thank you all for tweeting me because I lost my mind. It's in May, but it feels like years off for some reason. Spider-Man feels like it's like...
Oh, no. It's like right there.
It's right 8 months away?
Yeah, about 8 because we're at the 11th month and there's the 12th. And then,
oh, wait,
so
7 months?
7 months?
Yeah, so it's soon and a trailer makes sense. I just didn't realize how soon, so chia.
Here's what I'd like for them to do is just I would love if they kept it off the web until it premiered.
I would love that.
Like for like a day, like I would love to see. I don't remember the last time I actually saw a trailer for a movie I was excited for in theaters the first time.
Yeah, that's true, man. It's been a while. And now when I rewatch Logan and Guardians of the Galaxy 2, it's exciting, but it would have been more exciting to have...
Man. I have Sky Patterson saying Lin-Manuel Miranda is providing music for the live-action Little Mermaid film.
Oh, great. So, yeah, Disney's really locking them down.
I know, dude.
Fantastic. Well, while we're talking about amazing red and black superheroes, it has been confirmed that the director of John Wick is, in fact, directing Deadpool 2, which is amazing news because that movie was the biggest surprise of that year. In my
John
opinion.
Wick?
Yeah, John Wick just came out of nowhere.
It was surprising, and I enjoyed every second of it. I mean, we've talked about it before.
Yeah,
where it's just like,
casually before it was even rumored, we were like, yeah, John Wick's great.
Yeah, like, woo.
But now he's one of us. He's joined.
Yeah, I wonder if there's going to be a dog in Deadpool 2.
I just want Deadpool to walk in a hotel and like wink at camera. I want there to be
there you
like
go.
the mercenary hotel be referenced by just having Deadpool in it.
Oh, wow.
Just make the John Wick part of the like the
Just do it.
the Fox MCU.
Just do it.
Why not? Why not? Just put a hotel in it, and that's enough.
You know we'd love it.
I mean, they put a freaking helicarrier in the Fox movie,
They
and we're
did.
like,
They
we're
put
like,
the raft.
shh.
And
Like,
also, they cut it out. The
Yeah.
raft. Yeah.
But they went full Marvel. We're like, don't tell anyone. I'm like, there's a giant set piece. Your third act takes place in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but it's cool. So if you want to make it John Wick, I'm about it. So it was rumored for a while, but we just finally have confirmation. It's not a big change because we thought it, but now it's confirmed, so I'm excited moving forward. There was concern with Tim Miller leaving, but I think the John Wick guys are going to handle it, and I'm really curious how Ryan Reynolds handles that level of comedy with that level of action, like what that movie flavor is going to be. Because the action in Deadpool is incredible, but the action in John Wick is like full 80s action.
I know. I mean, those two things, like, those are like two different fandoms that go so well together.
And it's going to be a different movie. It's going to be a very different Deadpool, I think. I mean, I think the tone will be the same because Ryan Reynolds, but I think the flavor of the film is...
I think it'd enhance it.
Yeah,
it'd give it the proper seasoning that it needs.
And with Cable and Deadpool, you need more action. So
you would actually, because techno-organic viruses everywhere.
There's going to be some stuff, and the walk-in talks won't last for 3 movies. So you got to at some point like up it. So I'm very excited. Now, that's it for the little stuff. We're gonna move on
Dogpool. Sorry, Brandon Christopher.
Yeah,
Dogpool.
That's my next move. That's Deadpool 3, please. Yes. Now, quickly, you guys might have heard about a rumor of James Gunn saying that he would pay someone $100,000 if they found an Easter egg. Now, that kind of happened. Basically what happened, and this is what James Gunn said in his Facebook, quote, "People are killing me with this stuff today. No, I never promised anyone $100,000 to find the Easter egg. One fan doubted there was actually an Easter egg, and I said I'd give him $100K if there was not one. But now it's all over the internet that I'm offering $100K to whoever finds it." No. Like, it was that thing when you're talking to someone, you're like, no, trust me, it is $100,000. It totally is. And then everybody's like, there's a bounty. There's a bounty on. We're egg hunting, and it's on.
Oh,
That's
man.
not the case. Don't go, like, frame by frame and calling James Gunn expecting to get $100,000.
I heard that Matt Key confirmed there
Matt
was
Key
a
confirmed.
He did confirm
$100,000
it.
reward.
Matt Key actually has the money in a briefcase. Matt Key confirms that James Gunn handed him the $100,000.
Find him in Japan.
That's why he's not here. He's sitting on that money.
Whisper the Easter egg into his ear.
Say what minute
get
and
the
second
money.
it's at, and he'll hand you a bag of cash.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
I just thought it was funny.
Yeah, so you can stop watching Guardians of the Galaxy on repeat.
Yeah,
Unless you want to.
Just watch it once. It's great.
Yeah.
Just enjoy that. Someone also mentioned Hitmonkey in that Deadpool sequel, and I would love... Imagine Hitmonkey voiced by Keanu Reeves, because, yeah, I want that in my life.
I want one.
Yes. So, while talking of Guardians, Dave Bautista, like everyone else in the world, wants the X-Men and the Avengers and the Guardians of the Galaxy to cross over. He just said, as a fan, I would love to see it. Unfortunately, it's always going to be like that because the studios have a thing. X-Men versus Avengers would probably never happen. We're going to touch on that more later, but Dave Bautista is, if you're a wrestling fan...
Big time wrestling fan.
Is like a titan of that industry. So the
Yeah,
idea
no,
that he's like sitting around like,
amazing.
you know, I'd like me some X-Men Avengers. Like, it's just funny to me.
Yeah, no, I feel like he could throw his weight around a little bit now.
He's got some.
And if he puts, he's got more than enough. So yeah, if he, put something like that into people's ears, and please, God willing, I'd love it.
Right?
I mean, who wouldn't? As long as it was done right.
But now that fans have been lobbying and the people in the movies are publicly lobbying and there's all this stuff happening, we're going to talk more about it, the official ruling, but it warms the cockles that we are living in a time when actors are sitting around like, I'd like that obscure comic thing too. I'd like this deep geek reference to happen. Like Carnage and X-Men Avengers, thank you guys.
What if he and Hugh Jackman, who has also said that he wanted to team up with like Captain America and stuff, what if they just like went off and did a Drax Wolverine team up special?
They just make like a fan film. They're just like sitting off and can you imagine?
God. They could have Joss Whedon shoot that for them. It could be Avengers
Dude.
style.
Someone just mentioned that, yes, Deadpool 3 is X-Force, and I personally love the idea of the John Wick guys handling X-Force as well and doing it like a 1-2 punch, because I would love these things to come out a little quicker for very selfish reasons. So yeah, that is all but confirmed X-Force Deadpool 3. Now, before we move on to other newsy things, I want to thank our sponsor, MVMT Movement Watches. These guys... not only did I already have one because I was a fan before, but then when they sponsored me, it was so good to actually be sponsored by a company I already liked patronizing. They are fantastic. They care about the consumer more than a lot of companies, I find, because these watches usually go for like $400 to $500 in department stores, and they sell them for like starting at $95, which is
super affordable.
That's a silly thing for a watch. That's like a. Yeah.
And I don't wear watches, but I do wear this one because I love it. I have the Boulevard, and it's all black, and I call it the Assassin, and I love it. It goes with everything, and it's so darn pretty.
Yeah, you get a lot of compliments.
I get a lot of compliments on it.
So they are sponsoring us today. They've been amazing. I got this one to get resized. I'm very excited to go get it, so I'll have two, and I'll just be that guy. As much as possible, I like to be that guy.
Yeah,
now, they've sold
like
over 500,000 worldwide in 160 countries. They are based only online. That way they can like save the money and pass those savings on to you. Now, they have this really cool thing where through us, if you go to mvmt.com/marvel, that's us, they'll give you 15% off. So they're starting at $95, 15% off that. This is like a silly thing. So they've been great to us, and they're passing the savings on to you. And I literally have never gotten more confidence on a watch, and now I have two, so I can be extra that guy. So thank you so much, MVMT, and yeah, check them out. They're great.
Yep.
Now, on to Kevin Feige
Even
things.
Doom is getting in on the...
Oh, wait, is there...
What?
I think
Doom's... We've got Doom. We've got Doom.
Oh, yes. Doom's rocking his movement watch. Matches my mask. If you can even hear me talking at this point.
It's a magical thing. I just want to give full credit to Doom and his matching watch.
There you go.
And we wouldn't have gotten here without MPMT. Now... While we lose Doom, we're going to report on Sir Kevin Feige had something to say about a lot of rumors. And basically, now, good news, bad news. Good news is he was talking about recasting and said, quote, "Look to history. We have a new Spider-Man right now who is in our Civil War film and is in Spider-Man Homecoming, and the audience has embraced it. And you can look to Sherlock Holmes, James Bond, and Batman as characters that last longer than any one actor playing them. There's a precedent for it in other franchises that suggests it's possible. But right now, I don't want to think about it and don't need to think about it." The last sentence to me is very interesting. Because I had assumed, because their contracts keep running out.
Yeah.
They're all getting older. Yeah. I had assumed this conversation was much more like definitive. I had assumed it was like, oh no, they're recast. All but. I thought we were going to hear announcements anytime now after Infinity War.
I know, actually.
So I'm very intrigued by the fact that he's like, yeah, no, it makes sense, James Bond. But don't worry about it.
Yeah. It's like, hey, even Doctor Who's different people.
Right.
So it's like, don't worry about it.
So I'm really
You still have the storyline. You still have the characters. Right now, let's get through Infinity War and, have that happen. And just don't worry about it. The future comes no matter what. But we're going to take care of you. That's what I hear when I read this.
He just has so much respect for the characters.
Yeah.
And I feel like we won't be steered wrong. And I've not doubted Marvel's casting yet. So
it's been pretty solid.
No matter what, it's going to go great. But I love the fact that it seems like it's a little farther down the road than I thought.
Oh, well,
That was what I got out of it. It seems like I was expecting the next 2 years we'd have an announcement. Or like already another replacement. I thought after Infinity War we might.
Ooh.
So this seems like it's a little bit farther down the road, and that's it's really exciting because I've grown to love these guys as these characters.
Yeah.
Like Chris Evans as Captain America has made me like Captain America the character more.
Oh wow, interesting.
Like when I read comics that I used to read, like if I reread a storyline, I appreciate what Captain America has to say because Chris Evans fleshed it out more than I thought the comics had.
Oh, okay, interesting.
And that says a lot.
I was kind of the reverse. I liked Captain America more before he was live action mainstream, but that's just me because I guess I built him up so much in my head.
Right.
So then to see him as an actual real person, I was like, hey, you're doing a great job, but
you're not a superhero.
Yeah,
that was
that kind of a thing.
Iron Man. I had a thing with where in the first Civil War when I read Civil War, I was like, Iron Man's just a dick. Like I was just like, he's just the bad guy.
Who's this DB?
And then Tony Stark. Downey Jr. embraced Tony Stark so much, so when I reread Civil War right before Civil War 2, I was like, do I kind of see his side? Like, I understood more.
That's
because
great.
these actors literally give them more depth than I ever read into it. So I love these actors playing these characters. But there's a lot of actors out there. And they need
there's a lot of talent.
You got to be physically able to do the part. So as long as they are, I'm glad they're staying. But this gives me some hope.
Ultimately, I think I'd rather not see recasting. I'd rather just see new characters take up the mantle and keep the MCU in like a consistent. Like I know we recast a little bit here and there, like Don Cheadle.
Right.
But I think like rather than have somebody else play Tony Stark, I'd rather get like Riri in there. Like,
of course.
Like pass the mantle instead of and then 80-year-old Robert Downey Jr. can like return as Tony Stark, like a grizzled old man. Like,
or even go like you're saying, like go Riri after Tony Stark, and then after her run, then go Tony Stark, and it will have been like 10 years, and it won't feel as replaced.
Yeah, then it definitely has to be someone by then because
you
Robert Downey Jr. is doing. Goodness knows who else. Building an empire.
He's directing.
Yeah.
He's directing a movie now. He's buying an 8th island or some such. Like, he's busy. But I love the idea that, like, we can just branch out, like you're saying. Like, there's so many characters that are so heartfelt and fleshed out that we can go to them next.
Yeah, I'd rather we see, like, if they're going to have to, like, really recast these roles, like, wait till we have to do, like, Secret Wars or something and really, like bend the universe to do it.
And make it the thing.
Make
Battle
it
World.
Make it part of the continuity as opposed to just like putting a new face on the role. They've become so, in my mind, they're so attached to the roles they play.
Yeah,
I don't. It's not even that like somebody else couldn't handle it. It's just like I don't want that. I'd rather a new character come into place.
No, I mean I get you. I totally see that. Now, tragically, after all the Matt Keys confirms we can throw at you, he also had this to say. Regarding Fox and Marvel teaming up, he said, quote, "It's an impossibility at this juncture. We certainly have enough films to keep us busy for a number of lifetimes."
Yeah.
That sounds like a big old no.
Yeah, that's a huge
That's
a
not
heck
gonna
no.
happen. Yeah, that's a we're just friends.
Yeah, that's
and a half. So I mean, hey, we dreamed. We all knew it wasn't. We all thought it wasn't going to happen. We theorized, but alas, as it stands now, it's still not going to happen.
Yeah, but when you really think about it, we have such a bounty of treasures of everything else that we don't really have to, rue the day that he's saying no to this. It's okay. We've got more. We've got so much more.
We're doing just fine.
All the more. So yeah, I mean, I'm sad.
Right, it's a bummer.
I'm a little sad.
I'm still excited. Fox can keep going. Marvel can keep going. Keep making awesome stuff. Having 5 or 6 superheroes movies a year is more than I ever dreamed in any of my wildest imagination.
Yeah, including Netflix ventures. So
we have like 10 a year.
Yeah,
like,
and then ABC and IMAX and Inhumans. And
speaking
so we have
of IMAX
all of this.
and Inhumans, now the announcement this week about IMAX and Inhumans was that they're also keeping their feature film. Did that surprise you?
Wait, I missed that part.
Yeah.
Well, that's just it's a they could.
Well, they refer to it as a quadruple win, and it won't replace the feature film. So it sounds like to me, not only are we getting the first crossover of IMAX TV show, Game of Thrones aired in IMAX, but it wasn't specifically shot to play in
but this is specifically shot like they're sponsored by IMAX.
IMAX is putting the bill up. They're doing a 2-hour thing, basically 2 episodes in IMAX, and then 2 weeks later it goes on to ABC. They also said they're probably still doing a movie, which would mean theatrical TV. To me, this is the first thing of this scope.
That's huge.
Yeah.
How I read it was they're going to do the 8-part series. The first 2 are going to be filmed on IMAX, but probably at a TV pace.
Yep.
So it's not going to take, like most feature films take like a minimum of like 60 production days to shoot. TV episodes more closer to 10. And then if that goes well, they could do the sequel as a feature, like a full like theatrical release.
Gotcha. I'm just intrigued by that level of...
but like the fact it's all connected. That's like, hey, we're truly like transmedia across all platforms. Like we don't care what the medium is. We just want to tell the story. That excites me.
Yes.
They're even willing to think about it.
The fact that there's so many cross-genre madness, like the fact that they're even considering that is fascinating to me. So I mean that's a lot of different companies agreeing with each other. Like
I know
that's Marvel, that's ABC, that's IMAX, that's a lot of genre redefining like handshakes.
Yeah, where they're like, hey, yes, the money and the fans are here, so let's give them everything.
Yeah, and that's amazing that we've gotten to the point where it does so well that we just lean into it. Like,
Yeah.
And Inhumans is so weird.
It is. It's so interesting that they're doing it. I'm glad that they are. There's like a lot of, like part of our social media thing, like a really good question that someone came up and let's just go ahead and chat about it now. Dan at Hoot_86, he was like, do you guys think they'll make Black Bolt use sign language to communicate in the show?
Love this.
I know that is amazing because that's something that was a blind spot for me. How it is with about the community that is hearing impaired.
Yeah.
Or I think that's the wrong term to use. I'm not 100% sure, but my friend Jody, she does sign language and she's learned sign language classes, and there's improv comedy that you can do
awesome.
sign language. And I realized, wow, I'm privileged in that sense that I watch a web video at work
Right.
with the sound off. I don't know what they're saying. I can put the sound on and I know exactly what they're saying. Not everything's subtitled.
Right.
So to have a character like Black Bolt who he has to be silent.
Yeah. I love that idea
To have
so
him
much.
actually use sign language, I think that opens up a whole new audience for them. I actually enjoy that.
Thank you, Dan at Hoot86. That's a great idea. I don't know how I never thought of it. Like, as in just the context of that character doing that, it just makes so much sense. Like, that'd be a great way to have it'd be a great way to have an entire audience get a hero. Like, that's a great, like, we have someone that's ours now. That's really cool.
Exactly. I mean, and it's still, you have Black Bolt, but you have...
It changes nothing about the character, which is
doesn't.
the only time I have a problem. And then it gives only more to the audience. Like, that's perfect.
And it makes them relatable in a whole different way to people.
Yeah.
And then maybe even stimulates interest in sign language for other people, which is just good for everybody.
And sign
on the
language
whole.
is beautiful. Have you seen the Eminem rap and the girl translating?
No.
It's amazing. Like, literally a girl does all of the, I think it's 8 Mile with sign language, and it, like, she does it to the beat, so it's like it's like poetry physically.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I love going to theater and when they have the interpreters at the end of it. Like I saw Into the Woods.
Yeah.
And the
It's so
interpreters
cool.
get into it.
Yeah.
I'm just, you go.
Because it's a dance. Like, when you, oh, it's so cool.
It's a conversation.
Now, that is all we have on Inhumans, really, because we fleshed it out last week more. We fan casted. We had a whole thing on Inhumans. Now, some other news broke that I'm going to let you, because I know you wanted to talk about the beginning of the show, so I'm going to let you go ahead and dive in.
It's not a quick news. So it's on the front page of Marvel.com. Angela Basset is, oh my God. Angela Basset is Ramonda. She is T'Challa's mom in Black Panther. It is confirmed. It is Matt Key confirms, Coy confirms, Marquia confirms, Marvel confirms that and this is such a powerhouse. She's an Academy Award nominee. She was nominated for What's Love Got to Do with It, which is a biopic with Tina Turner, and she is amazing. If you have not seen that movie, you will watch that and be like, how did you not walk out of that ceremony with a golden statue in your hand? Because it is amazing. She's an amazing actress. I mean, some of the movies, she did Supernova, which is not a good film, but it is a good film because Angela Bassett's in it. You have that. You have how Stella got her groove back. She's if you watch American Horror Story, she's Maria Laveau. She's like a high priestess, voodoo priestess. She is this amazing force to be reckoned with. And then for her to be Ramonda. Ramonda is. She's the mother. Okay, she's not the birth mother of T'Challa. His birth mother, I'm gonna pronounce this wrong, Nayami. She dies in childbirth with him, and Ramonda marries T'Chaka. Basically stepmom, but she's the mom that you would always want to have. She's a hardcore mom. Like this woman, when T'Challa was saying, oh, we have to work things out with Eric Killmonger, let me take care of him. We can take care of this. This woman goes, if we just do a precision strike from space and cauterize that wound, then this wouldn't be a problem. That is a hardcore mama.
And Angela Bassett is so maternal and hard at the same time.
I know.
Like, just her general,
She's real life. She's real life all the way.
To use the word that I sometimes get called out for, her ness is incredible. Like, her whole vibe as a person, like, I love Angela Basset, and I love that Black Panther just can't stop, won't stop. Like, it's just, like, they're running out of mics to drop. Like, Marvel's just like, oh, by the way, everyone. I can't, like, it's so much. Like, every single casting choice they make is perfect, and then every announcement they make is just like, I didn't know they had room for
I know.
Like,
it's like, who else isn't in it by now? I made the joke earlier, but is Lawrence Fishburne something in this?
why
Did
not?
I miss that?
It'll happen. It'll be the week of.
There's room. There's room in Wakanda. There's room in Wakanda for everybody.
I'm so
For
excited.
everybody. But, and, you know, this is supposed to be the shout out section, but shout out to, was it Berkeley the Wise, at K Heavy. I forget your thing. Well, in any case, we've had a back and forth fan casting, and neither one of us said Angela Basset because we thought it wasn't possible.
It's so big.
This is so big.
It's like Sigourney Weaver, The Defenders. Like,
Yes.
it's like that where
Yes,
it's just
it's
like,
big.
oh.
It's like, what? Mind blown.
That movie's going to be crazy.
Marvel
is gonna be
has
so
no
great.
limits left on who they can get to cast in.
That's what I'm saying.
I know.
They're out of mics.
I know.
That's why I started doing more casting thoughts on Inhumans this week, and I was thinking as a possibility for either Maximus or Karnak, Adrian Brody, and I think it's a realistic reach.
Adrian Brody would be a
I don't think
great
he's
Karnak.
I don't think he's out of the realm of possibility for Marvel. If they want to put him on an IMAX TV show.
I don't know, man. The
Come on,
Jacket's
IMAX.
Adrian Brody, or the Pianist's Adrian Brody.
I was thinking the Predator's Adrian Brody.
Man.
I want everyone. I think it's a win-win because I think actors get the exposure that they would not get on almost any other project, and then Marvel gets the caliber of actors you need to do a movie like Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Without the actors they cast, the characters would not have worked in Doctor Strange, because if you look at that movie objectively, there's so much exposition. There's so much just talking at you. Would not have worked with lesser actors. Like, that movie is like talk, 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 blow your mind. Talk, 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 blow your mind. If you don't have the talk, 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 the blow your mind is just redundant. And that's what happens to a lot of movies. It doesn't feel anything because you're just seeing shiny. You cared so much about the characters because they were so good that by the time there was any mind-altering stuff, you were invested. So without Tilda Swinton, that wouldn't have worked for me. Or like, you know, someone of that caliber. So Black Panther, I think, I hope, is our first, like, hey, Academy, look at the people we're putting in these movies, and look at the issues we're dealing with. Look at the things that are important
Look
to
at the
our
director
culture.
we have. We've got Coogler.
We're literally doing everything. Please start seeing this as a viable medium, because it is. Just because the movie makes a lot of money doesn't mean it's not a good movie.
It's more than visual effects, special effects, or soundtrack. You know,
Absolutely.
or sound. It's more than that.
And discounting it just for the scope is not fair, in my opinion.
Does Black Panther, maybe not dollar for dollar, but like pound for pound, like the weight of the actors involved, I think Black Panther might have more talent in it than Civil War.
Oh,
at
as
this
far as
point.
talent, I mean, not to scoff at Civil War,
the
but
amount of quality actors involved. Like Civil War, we were like, this has so many people in it. But think about Black Panther, every single person.
well, Civil War was like every.
They balance it. There's some lesser knowns that are in there. Remember,
Not in terms of like known, but just like the level of talent of everybody.
Oh,
involved.
yeah.
Like they're like,
Yeah,
we've
yeah.
seen all these people be good. This isn't like, I've never heard of this person. Maybe they'll be good. This is like, we know established actors, at least with one or two films, are quality.
And I'd say Civil War is our flashiest cast because it was like the greatest hits of Marvel. I'd say this is our like, yo, look at what we've done as far as caliber. Like, this is that, like, everyone. This is like that Denzel Washington trailer where it's just them crying at each other and you're like, I don't know what's happening, but it hurts. The movie.
Look what we can get in this movie for a character that 90% of the audience had never heard about 5 years ago.
Yeah. And that he stole the show. Like 90%. I talked. Yeah.
that's a high percentage.
I'd say 70.
But I get what you're saying though. You cared, and you cared right away. Chadwick did that.
And Doctor Strange did it too.
Yeah.
It had a cast that was like, oh, everyone. And I just feel like Black Panther has more supporting parts that Doctor Strange didn't have the option for.
Yeah, Wakanda is a huge nation.
We're filling a society, not a sanctum, so it's a lot more flavor.
There we go.
So I'm excited. Angela Basset.
Oh, I mean, it's on the top page of Marvel.com.
As it should be.
As it should be.
Are you excited, Marquis? I can't
I'm
tell.
I'm trying to be cool right now, and I can't. So I'm just trying to not. Yeah.
Next year, Marquia gets her Deadpool Doctor Strange year. Like,
Yeah,
please,
my
Smile,
hands.
you idiot. You're supposed to be a professional.
You stop. Get out. Get out, Doom.
Jim's already out. He's that kicked out. He's kicked out of the studio. He's done.
Yeah, it's like when my hands start, then okay, I'm good.
It's next year?
Yeah. What? No,
No,
2000
sorry. It's I read this as
For a
2017.
second,
My brain already went. We're there because we're about to have like a 3-week thing. It's soon.
Yeah, it's soon, but it's not soon enough. It's too far away.
Now, that's all we have as far as news. But it being Thanksgiving week, we wanted to show how thankful we're to you guys. We're going
Yes.
to dedicate a little extra time to the fan portion of the show, starting with Ms. Marquia and the world of Twitter.
Yeah.
We're
if
also
we-
putting the phone number up on the screen now.
Oh, hell
Yes.
yes.
We're going to take phone calls in a few minutes. If you don't get through, we'll take it as soon as we enter the call section. But for those of you who may be somehow watching us live but not watching the screen, the phone number is 424-256-1633.
Cool. So some quick shout outs that we didn't do during the program. And Thanksgiving and thank you to Darren and Carolyn Jacques of, I'm going to mispronounce this, Côte d'Azur. It's the Tribal Fusion
Oh, those
Massage.
guys.
Yeah, Tribal Fusion Massage Parlor. I went there and they are amazing. They are good-hearted, wonderful nerds
Jacques
that I
are great.
absolutely love. Oh my goodness. And their salons in Pasadena, check them out. Oh my god, it's amazing. I love them.
I like massages. I work out too much, so I need them. They're my favorite massage place by a lot, and they just are also the warmest people, and they're comic geeks. Like, you know that thing where you're getting a massage and you're like, do I talk or not? Like, you can talk about comics, and that's amazing.
Yes.
Like that awkward, like, someone's touching me, do I speak? You have a bond with these people because they're one of us. Check them out.
Yeah, like the entire time I talked comics with
That's
Carolyn.
nowhere
and I was
else
just like, yeah, let's
is
do
that a
it.
thing?
It's great.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah. And then birthday shout out to Otto Cobbler at Ottowan Knobler.
Yeah.
Nice. He's I'm supposed to have been a responsible adult since Sunday. What about a birthday shout out? Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
So you're either 18, 21, or 25.
Somewhere in that range.
Responsible adult or 30. Responsible adult ages. And then Brock Domjanovic at Brock Dom. It was your birthday yesterday. You absolutely love the show. You look forward to it every week. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, man.
Yes, happy belated. Let's see. And then Adrian at Pina42. He bought Movement Watch. And
yeah.
And he sent us a picture, and it's like, it's here. Thanks, Marvel Movie News and MVMT. So congrats for that. It's awesome.
Enjoy it.
Yes. Okay, so questions. So from at Mike the Beast 92, how much Doctor Strange do you think will be in Thor?
15 or less minutes.
Yeah. 15 or less. I was thinking like percentages.
Oh.
Yeah. That's just how my head works. I think a small percentage.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I know.
It'll be fun.
McCoy's pretty on point there.
Yeah.
Probably like 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the most we get is 15, because that's actually a substantial amount of time. I think 15 or less minutes. I think we'll get not a cameo, but not a supporting role. Like somewhere in that smaller little flavor.
Yeah.
The length
smaller
of
corner.
one battle.
Yeah. Or
Greenwich Village.
like a post-credit scene, but in the movie, that length. Like the
Exactly.
5. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And from Haiku Eli 575 at Comics Guy. He brought up, or she brought up, the USA Avengers covers, like November 18th, Marvel released the rest of those, and all 54 are revealed. It's because it's 50 states plus Puerto Rico, District of Columbia, Canada, and the United Kingdom. Just some fun discussion stuff with that.
Spider-Man
yeah.
in Vermont.
Spider-Man's in,
I don't understand.
something that they did say is that they were going by birthplaces, yes, and also key storylines.
I'd argue, virtually all Spider-Man. I remember 0 maple syrup adventures. I love Vermont.
Oh,
It's one
man.
of my favorite places in the world. Literally, Vermont in the fall is heaven. But Spider-Man and Vermont, I do not see any correlation. So I'm a
Also,
little confused.
They gave New York to Luke Cage, which is fair.
Yeah. I mean, you can't split it up into
there's so many
boroughs.
Everyone's in New York.
Yeah.
There's so many people that
Everyone.
could have been in New York. I mean, they had to put Captain America in
look
Delaware.
at Koi's shirt.
There's just
at
on
Koi's
my
shirt.
shirt, we're sharing New York. Just right
Queens
here.
everyone.
That's how much New York has a problem with heroes.
Where would you have, I'm curious, Koi, where would you have put Spider-Man knowing that, like, New York was already taken?
You know what's funny is if not New York, Jersey. Because I feel like there's been times he's gotten like trapped on a car and ended up in Jersey, or fought the Hammerhead in Jersey, or like
Who got Jersey?
or begrudged the fact that he was
goodness.
in Jersey.
Kamala Khan. You had to give it to Kamala.
Yeah, you had to give it to Kamala.
Yeah, that's true. But like the idea of him being trapped in Jersey, that's a comic story. That's funny to me. If not those two, he actually travels a fair amount. I just don't think to Vermont.
Fun guy, Spider-Mont.
Yeah,
That's fun.
Spider-Man.
That's the only logic we can think of.
There we go, Spider-Mont. But yeah, I love that Spectrum was on the Louisiana cover. Makes total sense. She's awesome, and of course Louisiana. She was part of the Harbor Patrol, and that's where she was born.
I just thought it was interesting.
Frank and Marie,
Gambit wasn't.
Rambo.
I just thought it was interesting they didn't give New Orleans Gambit some love.
Well,
Just for
US
the popularity of the
Avengers.
character, that's all.
Yeah, I guess he wasn't in their top 50.
I mean, it's almost like Fox owns him or something.
Oh.
But that's none of my business.
I mean, they
That
had to
was
reach.
Koi shade.
They had to reach pretty
Koi shade.
deep for some of these, like
So,
to get
yeah.
to 50. They have Jocasta in Washington.
Like it's
So-
there's so many characters in Marvel. They're like, but what if? Yeah, it's an interesting way, but it brings awareness to characters and it causes the conversation we're having. So clearly it worked.
Yeah. And then from November 18th, because they're tracking which state variants are ordered the most, the United Kingdom one is ordered the most. I don't think that's actually up on that the 50 that we have there. But yeah, I know the United Kingdom is the top one. The next one is Texas, and I believe that's Firebird. I think Texas is Firebird. And then Canada, which I want to... Deadpool is Canada.
I love that so much. It makes so much sense. What else would it be? Thank you for beating Wolverine, because you are the most Canadian of Canadians. And someone wrote, Tim Cogan, watching the leaves turn with Aunt May. All right, now I like the Vermont cover.
There you go.
That's all it took. Thanks, man.
Way to go, dude. All right, so thanks for that discussion point at Comics Guy. And we already did Dan with sign language. Awesome.
I like how it's like 40 years into comics with variant covers, and there's still new stuff to be like, yo, like hip hop variants and like state variants.
Oh, yeah.
I still get into it. Like,
I mean, it's cool.
they know how to get my money.
Yeah, they've got it down to a science by this point. I'm just telling you.
Speaking of this shirt, briefly, I wanted to give a quick shout out to not only Max Heron, who has done amazing work and made this shirt, but also to Joey Harrison, who reached out to Max Heron and bought one of his own. He's a longtime watcher and now the proud owner of one of these bad boys. Now, Max is maybe sending us some Christmas love, and I might have gotten a tweet that I was pretty excited about. So I just want to give that guy some love, because he makes really cool stuff and has consistently been like a diehard fan. So Joey, Max, thank you guys, and thank you.
Nice. And then moving on, at Mickey Monster 35, he gave us a shout out. He said, "Love this show. My coworkers and I listen every week at work. Makes our day fly by. Awesome. #thankful." And he also tweeted about like way back when we did the Doctor Strange show, where it was like, oh, what's this cup that Doctor Strange, points at Caecilius, and he's like, do you even know how to use that? And then he just throws it down. So apparently that is the evil eye, which it's okay that it's actually funny that he didn't know how to use it, because the evil eye is a relic from Fantastic Four, and it's capable of literally whatever a writer wants or needs it to do.
I love the idea that he does not use it because it's not in his universe. Like, that's like an accidental writer play.
Yeah,
They're like, what
it's
is
like-
this thing? I don't know. It's a Fox property.
It's like, this could do just about anything.
In another universe.
Exactly. And then on to Daniel Drew at Jedi Time saying, dude, you have so many awesome pictures
Yeah,
of like
man, I'm jealous.
everything. One of the pictures that he sent us out of many, and you can go to Good Mail Day. He shows he bought the Art of Doctor Strange book, and
It
it
is
is
gorgeous.
absolutely gorgeous.
Staggering.
Yeah. So yeah, there it is, a picture of it. And he actually has a video on his page of the first couple of pages. If you don't want to buy it, at least see that.
Yeah, it's real pretty.
Yeah, and then
That's a coffee table book.
I
Yeah.
know, right? Isn't that gorge? And then Matthew Dennis at Matt Dennis 214. He shared a Deadpool meme, and I just really love this meme.
Yeah. That's like a next level fourth wall break. Like when you break the wall within the frame. Impressive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Floor break.
It's like an infinite loop.
I mean, we've all been there. We've all been right there.
Okay, and then Darren Fielder at Megadaz, shelf of Marvel goodies. I love that. That's a collection.
Dude, staggering. I've
know.
loved these coming in, by the way.
Yeah, I love seeing all your nerd caves, your nerd dens.
Now, most of my comics are on the East Coast, because when I moved, I couldn't carry 17,000 books, because that would have been all my money.
Yeah.
So I will, next time I go home, take a picture of my nerd cave, which is, I think I'm at like 30-ish long boxes, plus some shelving, plus some other stuff. But to see the figures, like, made me... I have a collection, but I don't have, like, that. So that's my future. So everyone that sent in your Nerd Cave, thank you. It's inspiring.
Yes.
Should we do a day where we each show off, like, our own nerd caves?
Like a...
Oh, we
Like-
can.
Like an MTV Cribs? Like,
I'd be like,
yo, welcome to my
show.
nerd crib.
I was just thinking some pictures, but sure, we can
Let's open the door
I
in like a
love
mink
that.
robe. Like, yeah.
I love that miniature shutdown. Be like, no, I'm
No,
sorry
no,
about
no.
those pictures.
Photos.
You open the door in the Doctor Strange robe.
Yeah, just like...
Yeah. Mine's
And
very,
nothing else. What?
Mine's
What?
very eclectic. It's like Sailor Moon, Transformers. There's some Full Metal Alchemists. I mean, it's super eclectic. I'm very.
I've actually got a picture of a corner of my nerd den.
Oh,
do
yeah.
you?
Because I thought I would share with you guys. I got a package in this week from Mondo Records.
Oh, nice.
That's cool.
And this
Oh,
is
I
my
like
current record player setup with Luke Cage vinyl and the Jessica Jones vinyl framed and on the wall.
I like this.
And the record is purple.
Dude,
course
that's
it
so cool.
It's so
Of course
perfect.
it is.
Yeah, I have like my whole apartment is basically my nerd cave. I've got a wall that's got like 20 pieces of art, and then another wall with some like tapestry, and then I've got one of my coolest things is a one-of-a-kind skateboard that has all of my favorite Spider-Man artists. So it's a wrapped skateboard
Oh,
with Spider-Man art.
nice.
That's like so. Yeah, we'll MM in cribs. Whoever. Yes, Betsy. Good call.
Yeah, and then another picture of more nerd dens. We have home office prints and a Spider-Man shelf from Nathan Claycamp at N Claycamp. Yeah, and fun fact with this, the Spider-Man figure that you see in the middle shelf, he painted that in middle school.
Oh, I was just looking at that. Like I've never seen that one before.
Yeah,
Dude, that's a nice setup, man. That's pretty.
nice. And
Very
then,
aesthetically pleasing.
yeah, and then he also has the office prints, the home office prints, where he has Spider-Man and Hulk. We could see that one. And then to end it off with this particular section, Bethany Kettler at Undercover Nerd B. She goes, my house is too much nerd to fit into one tweet. So here's some of my hashtag nerd cave. And yes, this is gorgeous. And thank you for making it a collage for us so we can
That's
just show it
awesome.
in one big.
It's beautiful.
That's gorgeous.
Nicely done. Wow, that's like staggering. That's
Heck
jealous.
yeah, fan.
Real jealous.
Cool. So yeah, if we have any calls coming in.
Do we have any calls set up?
Otherwise, I
hey,
have some
let's-
notifications I can do.
Let's take some calls. Hey there, call. You're on there with Marvel Movie News. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Brock Damjanovich, calling from Utah.
That's a cool
Hey,
name, man.
Brock. Welcome.
Hey, yeah, you gave me a birthday shout out earlier. Brock
Yeah.
Dam.
There we go.
Well,
Nice.
direct happy birthday.
I know. Direct to you.
Hold on, we're gonna
Hey,
find
this
out
is
with
like
everybody
a
that calls.
Birthday present in itself.
Who is your U.S. Avenger today? Who did Utah get?
Gosh, I don't even know. Someone made of salt because of the Salt Lake, probably.
And
There you go. You can be Hydro Man after a long run.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Hey, I got a question for you guys. Kind of two-part.
Okay.
Number one, what is... I haven't heard you guys talk about the Soul Gem in a while. What is it capable of? And where do you guys think it is in this wacky Marvel universe?
Soul Gem. That's the one that
That possessed Hawkeye, right? No.
No, wait. Soul Gem. Is that the one that I was theorizing was in
Heimdall.
Heimdall?
In the Ring.
Yeah, Heimdall. Because it's
Oh, right.
Yeah, because we were kind of batting it around, because if you see Heimdall's chest plate in all of the Thor movies, there's a little jewel. And then for the fact for him to be blind but then also be able to see everybody no matter what.
I love that.
Yes, so it's a very real possibility that he does it. And then plus that ties in with the whole, death of Heimdall, which I am not looking forward to at all. Other possibility, Gila. Those are my guesses.
I actually think it might be with Thanos already, because the way I'd do it is I'd introduce Death by way of the Soul Gem, and I'd have her be interested in him because he has the Soul Gem, and then him lose the Soul Gem and then covet Death. Is what I'd do. I'd make it like a love triangle with the gem.
Wow.
Yeah. So do you think that all of these different Marvel characters are just going to be dying off once Thanos comes a calling for those gems? Like, do you think we're going to lose the Vision, Heimdall? Is there any hope?
I think Doctor Strange remains, because I think that the eye just holds the gem. I don't know how Vision's going to bode. I also think Vision is too strong of a character to really like keep up with a lot of the things. Like, it's kind of like a Deus Ex Machina. Like, the character comes in like, I can do everything. So I think as far as logically getting rid of the Vision makes sense. I also think that's a great way for Scarlet Witch to lose her mind.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I kind of like the idea of, yes, there is like the complete devastation that happens, and then that's how he has the Infinity Gauntlet, and then we can have Nebula come in and then do her thing that she did in the comics, where it's like where she's mortally wounded and she's like, oh, I'm gonna fix myself, and then she she kind of screws herself, but then brings everybody else back to life. I am A-okay with that happening.
Cool. Very cool. Love to hear it. I like to think that once he goes for the Eye of Agamotto, he'll take the gem out, and then there's going to be an epic moment in the movie where Doctor Strange is like, no, if only I could use this artifact, and then it like reopens, and turns out the gem was like holding it back.
Yeah, that's. I would love if he becomes the Sorcerer Supreme by overcoming the power of the gem.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I want that to be how he earns it.
Oh, that's sweet,
the
Brock.
was powerful enough to hold back the gem. Just containing it. That's all it was there for.
Right.
But now it can actually be used.
Into it.
Love it.
Love it. Love it. Well, thank you guys so much. Love the show. Tune in every week. This is my first time in the live chat, but loving it.
Awesome, man. And happy birthday again, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Hey, thank you so much.
Have a good week.
Bye.
Shall we take another call?
Let us.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, and Joshua Wright says, totally awesome. Hulk got Utah.
Yeah. Oh, and Spider-Man didn't get Vermont. Vermont went to the irredeemable Ant-Man.
Where's Spider-Man?
He's in New Hampshire.
Oh, Vermont's cousin. I get them upside down and confused. I love New Hampshire too. No sales tax. That I get. Spider-Man is poor.
Okay, so no Spider-Mont then.
You can still leave people.
Ant-Mont.
You can still go leave people in New Hampshire. It's very beautiful.
Okay, cool.
All right, let's take one more. Hey there, caller. You're on there with Marvel Movie News. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, I saw the news about Kevin Feige saying all those things about the X-Men and everything. And to be honest, I think it's a bit of a misdirection, also a bit of a lie.
Oh wait, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Oh, I'm Jamal. I'm calling all the way from the Netherlands. Actually, I'm calling way overseas.
Oh wow,
Oh,
Netherlands.
awesome, man.
Nice.
Also, we don't even need a U.S. Avenger for the Netherlands.
I agree, actually, dude. I didn't even think of the idea that he could easily just be like, they're all about to die.
Yeah, like.
Because that'd be the way to change the slate. So that's a great mislead.
Nah, but the real reason is basically he said the same thing about Spidey back in 2014 when he didn't announce everything, the old slate and everything. He said, nothing has been said yet. I don't know anything about it. I'm not going to talk about it. That's what he basically said back then when he announced the entire slate. Because basically people were speculating about Spidey possibly being in the MCU back then.
Right, dude. Oh, man. I love the idea that he gave that like official statement from Cerebro. Like he's like sitting in the chair and he's like, yeah, no, Fox, Marvel, that's not gonna happen. Oh yeah. I'd be so stoked if he was just like the ultimate bait and switch, because it would get him another $1 billion.
Yes.
True. But I think he's a bit lying or just on misdirection, just to be like, I don't want to talk about it. I just want to talk about the movies we're doing right now, and that's all I care about. And basically, don't forget, Feige is not just a comic book guy. He is also he's also becoming a businessman / producer. And basically, sometimes you have to avert the attention towards other stuff to your own stuff. So basically, he wants to focus on his movies and not to talk about like Fantastic Four or anything.
Yeah, dude, I love this idea, man. I literally hadn't even considered it. So let's hope you're right from the Netherlands.
Yeah, and way to like Doctor. No, I'm sorry. To Sherlock that out.
Yeah, referencing the old thing makes a lot of sense, man.
Well, it's how you sometimes can read people.
Yeah,
how you think about stuff.
Well, I appreciate your call, man, and thanks for watching from far, far away.
Yeah, Netherlands.
Yeah, no problem.
Good talking to you, man.
Yeah.
Good luck to you too. Have a great night, you too.
Yeah.
Bye, actually. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That's a great. I mean, it's a good point though.
Yeah,
like
isn't it?
It could easily be a diversion tactic. I stand by my thought that like we're gonna get in the way that like the Infinity storyline, not Infinity War, but Infinity, the one we don't want to talk about. But, like the result of the whole thing because it messed up the tore a hole in the universe, and then Angela came out of it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That was the whole like it was like we did this whole crazy plot line to get Angela.
To get this character. To get this one character. Look what we did.
But I could totally see them bending like one like the universe rips open and then Fantastic Four crawls out of the hole.
Dude, dig it.
That'd be nice. Oh, simply recommend Fox Mamu. Feige's come to bargain.
Well
nice
done.
Work. Nice work.
Nice.
I got a couple real quick shout-outs, too. I give Max Heron a lot of shout-outs for T-shirts, but I also want to give some love to Jeffrey Spicer, one of our original T-shirt aficionados. He's at TeePublic/Artboy. He gave us the amazing Deadpool Spider-Man combo and the Deadpool pinball. Great shirts. I wear those all the time too, so I wanted to give them some love. And then on Twitter, I wanted to thank everyone that's been sending us not only the big spreads, but also like the Miss Marvel toy. Did you see that?
No.
Like a Miss Marvel keychain from Jedi Time Saying, who is just all of the things.
That's a sweet little keychain.
Real cool.
Ooh.
And just seeing you guys send pictures is always cool because I love seeing what you guys look like
Yeah.
and like what your geek world is. So
Love
thank
the
you very
pictures,
much.
y'all.
With Miss Marvel toys, there was this adorable exchange on Twitter where G. Willow Wilson was like out at like because the Kamala Khan Funko toys are like exclusive to Walgreens, and apparently she like went out to a bunch of Walgreens to try to find them and couldn't, and she was like, does anyone know where there are any in Seattle? And then Funko was just like, we've seen a few.
Amazing.
Send us a message.
Also, Ash Arnold, it's your birthday as of like right now. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
On them Twitters. And then I
Yeah.
got a couple quick iTunes shoutouts, just 3. Coran Horn 15 called his Matt Key confirms. Yeah. Thank you for the 5 stars. A Pembo 2000 Marvel Fans Unite. Thank you very much. I appreciate you giving us all individual love. And then one of my favorite names in the iTunes and the live chat asked for a sexy shout out. So Anakin, JK, Gatsby. I don't know if you are like, I'm Anakin. Just kidding. I'm Gatsby. But if that's the case, I respect it, and I'll be your green light across the sea anytime.
Ooh, yeah.
Happy birthday, Anakin J.K. Gatsby.
Happy birthday, baby.
Wow, wow. Now I just hear Luke Cage when I hear the sexy shoutouts, so I get distracted mid-sexy, where I'm like, yeah, Luke Cage.
Bulletproof love, baby.
Sweet Christmas, baby. Thank you very much, hashtag Dope Nerd. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
And this music just lives now.
I know.
Just
We
live-
take
it
live
just-
another
in
call?
this music.
Yeah, we got time.
Yeah,
Do
we
it.
have time. Let's do it.
Hey, caller, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I am Nicholas from Tucson.
Hey,
What's going on, man?
Nicholas.
Tucson. I think you've got one of the Hulks out
My
there.
stream is a little slow, so that's why I'm a little okay. So I have a question for Coy that he may appreciate since he's announced his love for the awesome show Spectacular Spider-Man.
Yes.
Okay, so since the movies appear to be going in a similar fashion, in my opinion, with Vulture heading the first movie, and since the first episode was Spectacular was Vulture, so do you think in a similar direction for Eddie Brock, which is a character I love in that show, would they take a turn and make him like a surrogate brother to Peter Parker? And if so, who would you like to cast as Eddie Brock?
Now, if they go surrogate brother route, so they go the way of younger, they don't go with the editorial version, they don't go with the bodybuilder who's begrudging Spider-Man, they go with him as akin to Peter Parker, I would go with the young gentleman who was almost Peter Parker himself. And I think it'd be really interesting to have, if they go that Eddie Brock, what's his name? He's got black hair, bright blue eyes. He's in that Something from Mars movie.
Dylan O'Brien.
Dylan O'Brien looks perfect. That's the guy from Maze Runner. I'm talking about the guy that was like so close to being Spider-Man, then he had like a public statement, and then suddenly Marvel.
My boy.
Asa Butterfield.
Asa Butterfield.
There we go.
I think he'd be a really interesting if they go the brother route. Like Ultimate Spider-Man kind of did that, and then the Spider-Man 3 kind of did that. I love Spectacular Spider-Man, but my Eddie Brock is a bodybuilder who's rageful, who's like a Catholic man who prays to like curse Spider-Man. Like my Eddie Brock is the classic, so I don't see him as close in age. But if they want to go the brother route, I think it'd be really interesting casting Asa Butterfield because there's something so unnerving about him that's also charming, and that'd be a really fun way to play it.
Indeed.
And also because the casting stuff would be like, sorry, bro, but here you're Venom now. Like it'd be an interesting route. But my overall Venom, I love, and he's a lot older than Tom Holland, which would be a weird way to go. But I've always wanted Sam Witwer. My boy Sam would be a great Venom.
That's a great one. And one more question: what do you think of my personal fan cast? I would like to see as sort of a kingpin of the Spider-Man universe, who's toned down a little bit. Danny Glover for Tombstone.
You know, you can just say Danny Glover, and I'm with you. Danny Glover, Tombstone. Oh yeah. I mean, I love me some Glover. Both Donald and Danny, no relation.
No relation.
You get both of them in the same movie.
I get tripped up on that.
Dude, I've been saying
Donald Glover. I get mixed up.
Okay.
You did?
Did you mean older or younger?
Older Tombstone. Older Tombstone.
Okay.
Danny Lethal Weapon, Donald Childish Gambino.
Danny's too old for this ish. And Donald is
so,
Lando.
My dream has always been Danny Glover as the associate editor of the Daily Bugle, and then Randy, his son, Donald Glover, just to confuse everyone reading the cast.
As I got confused.
Right, wouldn't that be amazing if Tom Holland and Donald Glover were just friends because of the casting, and then like Randy Robertson and him are college homies? Like, because they were roommates. I would love that. So either Glover for Tombstone, sign me up.
For sure.
Sweet.
Well, all right. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us, Nicholas.
All right, we got another caller on the line.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do one more.
Hey, caller, you're into Marvel movie news. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, this is Eli from the faraway land of Florida.
Florida.
The Floridians. How are you, sir?
Oh.
I'm good.
Florida.
What cover is that?
You got Ant-Man, Scott Lang, to be specific.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, actually, I sent that over to you. I'm Haiku Eli, so.
There you go.
What's up, man?
Hey,
Thank you.
dude. Thanks. It was a good discussion
How are you
point. Doing great. Thanks for the discussion point, though, man.
Hey, no problem. You guys are doing great today. Love the show.
Thanks, man.
Question for you. In this golden age that we're in, are there any characters or stories or teams you'd like to see that hasn't had an announcement yet? Because I can think of one, because I've recently read, like, the whole book, 12 issues, collected, and I'm like, it would be amazing if this somehow got on the air. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts first. If there's anyone left you haven't seen on screen.
Okay, so you mean
Big or
like
small?
Out of everything?
Yeah.
I feel like Marquis has got an answer real
Besides
quick.
Carnage.
Besides Carnage, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think I've said it before. Young Gods. I mean, I'd love for them to do that. That's a group of humans that are supposed to be the best of what Earth has to offer, and it's part of like the whole Thor thing. Actually, I always pronounce this name Heimdall. Heimdall. I'm always going to mispronounce that. That's just going to happen. Heimdall's the one that like kind of scavenger hunts them out. So I would love that because it's such a diverse team of people too. I mean, it's like you have Israeli soldiers in there. There's scientists, physicians, and then there's like regular people. Like there's a student, just like a 28-year-old student or whatnot. And I think that would be something really fun. But I would want for like Disney to do something like that because I think that would have a lot of traction.
As far as an arc, I would love them to do Secret Wars, the original, if only to show the scope of Guardians with all the characters, but to get its Venom done right. So mine is literally like a path to another path. Like, I think the symbiotes would be amazing, but the only way to do that in the classic sense would be Secret Wars. So we're talking like a few $100 million investment just to get to another few $100 million investment, which is a struggle. But I would love to see that. But as far as an individual character, I think Mysterio, if done right, could be amazing because of technology. I think that obscure character, man, I would love to see Kraven and Vermin. I would love to see Kraven's Last Hunt and just see how like violent and like rough it's more of a psychological Spider-Man story, which we've never really touched on. And it's hated, but man, do I love me some Ben Reilly. I think the Clone Saga is a very interesting commentary on like the masculine opinion and ego and id and narcissism and like self-worth and self-belief, and like they couldn't really touch on that in a single movie, but the idea of not knowing if you were real, whoa. So
Spider-Man 3 maybe.
Yeah, like there's a lot. That had to be like Spider-Man 7. He'd have to be like 30. You know what I mean? Like, oh, look at my 17-year-old self. Am I a clone? That's just puberty, man. That's just like, I was wondering if that was real my whole puberty. So yeah, a lot of Spider-Man stuff I'd love to see.
Yeah. So what's yours?
Okay, cool.
What's yours, man?
I recently read Next Wave.
What's Next Wave?
Next Wave, Agents of Hate by Warren Ellis and Stuart Immonen.
Oh, I love that team.
Okay.
I haven't read that.
Yeah, with Elsa Bloodstone, the Captain, Monica Rambeau, Captain Marvel, Tabitha Smith, and Aaron Stack.
Mm-hmm.
The most eclectic, weird team. What was their catchphrase? Like doing good by punching people in the face or something like that.
That's great.
Oh, that sounds like Monica.
Right, and I was just like, I'm reading, I'm like, this is so clever and funny and dirty at points. I'm thinking, could this be the comedy Marvel is looking for?
Interesting.
I was going to say...
At the same time, Oh, go ahead, Zoom.
I was gonna say Great Lakes Avengers is like the silly one that I've been waiting for, but this would be even more fun, I think.
Yeah, this is great, and I love the team behind it. I haven't read it, but I love the team behind it, and I love the people in it, so I'm already on board.
Yeah, I need to jump back into like newer comics, so that seems like a good one to go at. And I've been reading so many DC comics lately.
Get back to Marvel, join us. I'm reading both.
My friends keep on giving me that.
Yeah, no, I'm reading both right now. It's a lot.
Right now, we are at war.
Oh, stop. Get out,
The live chat is already so mad at me for referencing Clone Saga positively. I'm sorry, it had some merits.
It can be done well on the big screen. Give it a chance.
Yeah, give it a new ending, redefine it, don't make it last 10 years longer than it needs to. Dude, yeah, I love that idea. I need to read that now, too. There's a lot of books that I'm just like, I'm reading like 30 books a week, but I'm going to add that to the queue. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, so, all right, I can paint like one image for you. It's like in one of the later issues, the team goes on a mission and they attack this live base, and each time you flip the page, they're facing like a wide variety of bad guys. Like on one splash page, it's a giant dragon with like ninjas. The next page, it's like, Wolverine, monkeys, and pirates. You flip to the next page, and it's like they're beating up everybody. They don't care.
That's amazing. Yeah, dude, this sounds great.
I just love the thought process of, what's better than a dragon? A dragon with ninjas.
Yeah, exactly. Flip the page.
I love that.
Yeah. And I was thinking if it's a comedy and with the scale, because it's only like 12 issues, maybe this could be like, it almost looks like the show you could maybe put onto like an HBO or AMC where it can be a little bit more adult but still have the humor in it. But, I loved it when I read it, and if you guys haven't read it, definitely check it out. It's worth it.
Actually,
Everyone,
you know what? I'm gonna change my answer while I still have you on the phone. I'm gonna leave Spider-Man entirely. As you know, I'm a very Spider-Man biased fella. I want a show that is like how Harry Potter makes you feel, but instead of gifted wizards, I want Xavier School for Gifted Youngsters by way of Harry Potter. I think a weekly show that you meet different teachers, you meet different, like you have different classrooms. I want something that has the magic of Harry Potter, but it's mutants instead. And I think that's the best way to actually get the X-Men across.
Yeah,
interesting.
After seeing Fantastic Beasts, I was like,
right.
Mutants would be great here. Like, I would love that version of the X-Men.
So So like not X-Men, but Xavier's school for the gifted.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And I think that'd be a great TV show. I think that'd be a great.
would
Someone,
work.
to be fair, someone tweeted me the idea of this a few weeks back, but then after watching Fantastic Beasts, I was like, oh, it is Harry Potter. So that universe, I just missed the X-Men that I read when I was a kid, and I think that'd be a cool way to get them.
Right.
Within the Marvel universe, we could always get like an Avengers Academy.
Yeah, that's true.
That
Yeah.
could fill the same sort of area.
Absolutely. It can be. Are we talking like it's Glee-like inspired kind of a thing? I mean, what tone
I
are
assume
you
less
saying?
singing.
Yeah.
I mean, I read some
no,
crazy
I don't
X-Men
mean-
books, but
okay, that was the wrong team.
Hugh Jackman Cabaret,
reference.
he'd be so happy. Like he like gets to combine everything he loves. He's just like Wolverine.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
Spirit
Oh,
Claws.
stop.
I'm just yes.
Spirit Claws.
Spirit Claws. I'm into this vision. Bring it, guys.
I love that.
Xavier's
Oh,
like
no.
giving them all the words so they can all like ad lib. Like he's just transmitting song lyrics.
Oh,
Music
man.
class is outstanding.
That's how everyone knows the words because
Because Xavier just transits them out. Jubilee's doing like a show in the front.
Of
like,
course.
Dazzler's there, obviously. Guys, call us. We're gonna make a musical X-Men show.
Love it.
Thanks, caller, for encouraging that madness. I appreciate it. I never even thought of musical. That got us there.
Yeah.
You're totally welcome, guys.
Yeah.
Have a good one, man. Thanks for calling.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.
What a great Thanksgiving
Dude, Les
show.
Mis with X-Men.
Les Mis with oh my god.
246 X23. Like, yeah, man.
I did see in the theater Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark.
I mean, hey,
That
I
was-
respect that.
That was an interesting night.
I've watched Les Mis too many times. I think it's a very similar experience to Turn Off the Dark when you're, dude, I want a musical X-Men now. Never thought I'd want that.
But now we need
Just don't.
fan cast an X-Men musical for us.
Yes.
Just don't get Bono.
Dude.
Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark. Like I went and I saw it on Broadway in like the last month of its run. It was so silly. I had a great time. It should never have existed.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, team, this has been our Thanksgiving special. I appreciate you. I'm very thankful for you.
Yes,
We're
we
very thankful
appreciate
for you.
you.
We
Yes.
appreciate you. And the tweets have been great. The caves have been incredible. Do you have anything you need to plug this week?
Sure. Let's see. First off, have a happy Thanksgiving. Oh, actually, yeah, my week isn't as normal as it usually is.
It's a holiday.
Yeah, because it's a holiday. So I actually kind of have some days off. Oh my god, that never happens.
Enjoy that.
I know, but I'll be back. Mondays I do WWE Raw with AfterBuzz TV. So tune in then. We just did the after Survivor Series Raw yesterday, and I had 2 awesome guests. I mean, the other hosts were out, so I'm like, okay,
Now
let's do
it's
all
mine.
the things. Yeah, so I had 2 comedians. One was comedian / former pro wrestler. So we covered all the bases and had all the fun. So if you want to check that out on AfterBuzz, please do. Otherwise, yeah, I'll see you next week, Tuesday.
We'll be back next week, and if you're going out Black Friday shopping, be careful. Thank you guys so much. I do it every year. It's my holiday. It gets...
if I could just give a quick
yeah,
plug.
yeah.
I saw some
please
people
do.
asking about Fantastic Beasts in the chat roll.
Yeah.
If you want, jump over to another show on Popcorn Talk, my show, Sci-Fi Weekly, where on Sunday we did me, Emma Fife, and Jesse Klein. Jesse Klein's been on this show a couple times, and we do Agents of
love
S.H.I.E.L.D.
Jesse.
We did our Fantastic Beast review, which is not sci-fi, just go with it.
It's
But it was
fiction.
fun. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, Fantastic Beasts
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it.
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
And I'm a proud Slytherin. All right, guys. Have
Ravenclaw.
have a wonderful week, and we'll see you
Ravenclaw.
next time in Marvel Movie News. Bye, guys.
Bye.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
Views expressed herein are those of the hosts only, and not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.
All right, hey. All right, good job, guys. Let's just not come in tomorrow. Let's just take a day.